Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films and Cloud City Casino, a Star Wars gaming podcast, both of which can be found on StarWarsReport.com, bringing you a look at what is actually the last of the regular products for Star Wars Legion that we'll be looking at on this channel. More on that later. This is the Rebel Veterans Unit Expansion, and it's actually a couple different unit cards here because of how this works. It's explained on your rules supplement on the back, but basically you have two unit cards here. And you have a Mark II Medium Blaster Trooper. That's this bad boy here, right? Not quite an E-Web, but pretty nice, pretty powerful, right? This guy is a detachment who then gets deployed with a corresponding Rebel Veterans unit, for which we have our unit leader, the guy there looking at his device. We then have our CM093, or CM0/93 Trooper. The rest of our Rebel veterans here in various poses, one of whom, the last one, is a Sullustan. Okay. As for our upgrade cards, we have the one, of course, with that trooper. Then we have Rebel Veteran, Environmental Gear, Overwatch, so I guess if you want to bring Felicity Smoke into it somehow, funny. And then Endurance. By funny, I mean not. Then we have our two Order tokens here. They're just regular core units. And then we have our two Wound tokens, two Suppression, one Panic, Proof of Purchase, one Aim, one Standby, and one Dodge. So kind of an interesting unit here in the sense you sort of have two units in one with the ability to have this bad boy tag along with the veterans over here. Now, as I've said before, this will be the last of the coverage for Star Wars Legion outside of the 3 playmats. Basically, I pre-ordered a bunch of Legion stuff way in advance. I always do that. Only this time it bit me because I reached the point where I decided that Legion is just too costly. I play it too little. And frankly, I loathe actually assembling the miniatures. I hate that part of the process. Combine all those things together, and it's just not a useful thing for me to spend money on at this point. Even though I like covering it on the channel, along with the other Fantasy Flight game stuff, I already wasn't covering Destiny, so I figured Legion would be the next to go, especially as they were ramping up the Clone Wars stuff, which meant a lot of new expensive stuff all at once. So continuing to cover the other games, right, Armada, X-Wing, Imperial Assault, if they ever release anything else, and so on, but not so much for Legion. This will be the last of the Legion expansions we cover. I do still have the 3 new playmats on order. I figure that's fine. I'll be using those for other games as well, but we'll look at those kind of outside of the context of just Legion when they arrive. This particular set, this Rebel Veteran set, this is a $30 expansion, though you can find it cheaper on places like Miniature Market. If you want to add Rebel Veterans into the mix, you can certainly do that now, along with the Blaster Trooper here. With that, we'll wrap up our coverage of the miniature-based Legion expansions, just waiting on those playmats. Thanks for following along thus far, and I hope you find a nice place to see some content overviews for Legion elsewhere.